Sounds perfect. Okay. One thing you can do too, if you want to gradually bring the track in as opposed to bring it in at full volume as track 2 is doing here, is I'm just going to select my volume over here in the right hand side of the screen, which gives me my volume automation line. And I could just say, okay, here's the endpoint. That's where I want it at full volume, which is minus 4.5. And let's start it. Maybe we'll just bring it in really nice and smooth. So why don't we hear this mix from the start? I would say that sounds perfect. So one thing I did at the end there is I did basically the opposite of what we did at the start. So I basically faded track 2 in. Once we did our bass change, I faded track 1 out with the volume. So easy to do. I mean, you can literally make a mix. Once you get good at this, you can make a full mix in less than an hour, really. Okay, cool. So let's move on to track 2 mixing into track 3. So again, I'm going to kind of randomly choose a spot to drop this in. So I'm going to kind of maybe say, let's drop it in around here. Hear how that sounds. So again, you'll notice the kick drum is quite heavy on track 3. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring the low end down. So that should make it a little bit smoother to mix in. And let's also, I'm going to turn EQ3 off here just to determine where I want to bring the bass up on track 3. So right there is where we want to bring it up. So, and let's hear track 2 where we might want to mix out. Okay, that's probably perfect actually. So why don't we just grab our EQ3 on track 3. I'm gonna activate it again. Grab my gain low automation line. I'm gonna grab my pencil tool and I'm gonna bring it up here at bar 369 up to 0 dB. There we go. And I'm just going to get rid of my pencil tool and I'm just gonna literally single click on one of these nodes. There you go. Now it's a perfect line, and I'm going to do the exact opposite on the EQ3 on track 2, and I'm probably going to assume this is going to sound good. Let's just hear it where the bass changes there. Awesome. So it's just as easy as that, guys. I'm going to do the same thing with the volume. I'm going to kind of fade it in on track 3. Now, track 2, you'll notice it might actually end at a bit of an awkward spot because I'd almost like it to end over here at bar 393 when I can see that there's probably a breakdown in track 3. So let's hear it. Yeah, so I want track 2 to keep going, and it's so easy to do because warping is on. So basically, I'm quite certain that if I was to highlight this section and duplicate it a few times, it's going to sound perfect. So let's hear track 2 soloed, and let's hear how those extra few bars sounds when they're mixed together. Perfect. You don't even notice that. It sounds great. All right, so now let's hear that in the mix. And again, I'm going to fade the volume of track 2 out over this time here. So again, let's kind of hear this in the mix. Sounds perfect. So there you have it. That's 3 tracks mixed in approximately 10 minutes and, get in the flow, and you can easily have a mix done in an hour. And hope this helps, and I hope you guys create great mixes.